Hi everyone! Today we're going to be talking about masks. As we continue through the pandemic, it's still really important to be wearing masks whenever we are within 6 feet of people, if we don't live with them, or whenever we're out. Even though the vaccine is coming and is very close, it's still really important for everyone to be wearing their masks. So today we're just going to go over some of the basics of mask wearing. For this demonstration, I've got two different types of masks. I've got this one. This is sometimes referred to as a surgical mask. These are typically non-medical masks, but they are most commonly found in medical settings like hospitals, long-term care facilities, doctors' offices, things like that. And then we also have this type of mask. This is a fabric mask or a cloth mask. This is a basic one that I got at a store, but you can also make these at home. Both masks are going to have different benefits, pros and cons. These ones are disposable, which is really good if you know that you have been exposed to someone with COVID-19, or if you know that you need to get rid of it. These ones are nice because you can wash them, and it's also good for the environment. But they both have pros and cons, but they both need to be worn a little bit differently. So we're just going to go over the differences. So in this particular mask, there is boning. There's like a little wire up at the top, and that's how you tell which side this mask goes on. So whichever side has the wire on the top is the side that will go over your nose, over the bridge of your nose. And then the bottom without the wire, and it will go underneath your chin. These masks are normally flat when you first take them out of the container, like that. And so the first step that you'll do whenever you're putting on a mask is use some hand sanitizer and make sure that your hands are clean, or you can wash your hands with water and soap. That's fine too, as long as you're doing it correctly. And so once your hands are sanitized, you will take the mask and you will put it over your ears first, so over your face and over your ears. You'll then pull it, so pull this down under your chin, and then up at the bridge of your nose, you will press in. And so you want to have a nice firm seal over your nose. You want to make sure it goes down the side of your face and underneath your chin like that, so that you are fully protected and that you are fully protecting other people. When you want to take this mask off, you will unloop it by the ears and take it off that way. That way you're not actually touching the part of the mask that has potentially been exposed or infected by other people. And then you can dispose of this mask. For the fabric mask, it's going to be a little bit different, simply because there is no boning. So depending on the style of mask, this particular mask, when you fold it in half, you can see that it is the same length on both sides. So this style doesn't matter which side is on your nose and which is under your chin. There are some that will be very distinct. They might have a top part where it's flat and a slightly more pointed bottom. Those typically you would have go under the chin and then over the nose, but just take a look at your mask and figure out which way works best for you. So again, for the fabric mask, you're just going to want to make sure that your hands are sanitized, and then you'll put it on over the ears at the same time. Make sure that it's over your nose, down the sides of your face, and underneath your chin. And when you're wearing these masks, it's really important that you're not touching them. So if you're wearing one at work or in school, it's really important that when you're wearing the mask, you're not constantly doing one of these. If you're one of the types of people that likes to touch your face while you're thinking, really try not to, because you can be touching different things throughout the day and then touching your mask and infecting it, which would be kind of pointless. Another really important thing to remember when you're wearing these masks, so I'm going to put this one on. When you're wearing a mask out in public, It's really important to keep it on correctly the entire time that you're wearing it. So you don't want to pull it down under your nose. Even though this covers your mouth and is helping to prevent you from, spitting different particles out, it's not covering your nose and it's not fully covering your mouth. So even here, I can feel the air coming down through the pointed part down by my mouth, which means that any droplets that are coming out when I speak also can come out of the mask. That being said, with the nose as well, when you've got it down like this, your nose is not covered, and that's a problem for two reasons. One, you can have, if you have COVID-19, it could be spread through the nose if you were to sneeze or sniffle or do anything like that. Also, just breathing too hard. And then if you are around someone who has COVID-19 but you're negative and your nose is not covered, if you're breathing that air in or surrounding them and they are coughing or sneezing or doing anything like that, it automatically will be able to go straight up your nose because it's not being protected by the mask. So always make sure your nose is covered. Also make sure that you're not doing this. And this is problematic for, again, a few reasons. The obvious one is that your mouth and your nose are not covered. But another reason why it's really, really important not to wear your mask like this is because it's touching your neck. And so normally, if you have your mask on like this, it fits under your chin, but your neck is still exposed to the elements and to other people. You could have any sort of germ, not even just COVID-19, but you could have any sort of germ on your neck. And so if you pull this down and you set it on your neck, any sort of germs that you might have on your neck are now on the inside of your mask. And so when you go to pull it up again, all of a sudden, all of those germs that were on your neck and then on the inside of your mask are now directly on your mouth and nose. So it's really important just to make sure that you're wearing these correctly in the appropriate settings. If you need to take it off for some reason, if you need to eat or drink, just be sure to take the mask completely off, hold it correctly, so that you're not touching the part that touches your face or touches the general outside air. Do what you need to, and then you can put it back on. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, leave a comment below and we'll get back to you. Thanks, guys.